You people and your celebrations of freedom.
Hey, I'm sorry, but someone needs to celebrate freedom around here. All right?
I'm just going to my buddy's place 3 hours away so I can stare at college girls in bikinis and drink in the street.
See,
That's pretty
Dave is
much
celebrating freedom like in the best way
pretty
possible.
much. I'm going to eat a couple things with bacon in them.
Good.
I don't know, draw a couple pictures of Eddie Izzard. He's American, right? Like,
close enough.
Yeah, close enough. I mean, he has a good American accent, so.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter and 1 word leaves and is crowned champion. Our steely nerve competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off. Set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name's Mike Suzak. It's episode 42. I bet you're wondering, hey, what are these guys all about?
What does it mean?
I bet you're like, hey, what's this show about?
At first I was wondering where all the energy went, but now you got me wondering about these guys, man. Who are these guys? What are they doing?
These guys? I can tell you for sure one of these guys is Bob Ball.
America's answer to soccer superstar Tim Howard.
Dave Hinkle.
Isn't it funny how Tim Howard looks exactly like the rapper Common with that beard?
And
my God.
Wow, actually, that's kind of true.
Dude,
and,
I'm telling you, it's scary.
Not Ryan Lewis, who got blocked out by Tim Howard, American hero. And here we are. It's episode 42. And what we do here, we give you guys some words, their definitions. We produce knowledge and comedy. And we're going to have 3 words that enter this week. And man, let me tell you, it's going to be a good show. I'm trying to do more. Okay, so I'm trying to do more dramatic pauses and am
I going to have to go back in and add like a ton of dramatic music to this?
Yeah, like are you giving Bob Ball like
just a ton
spaces for sound effects like lasers and explosions?
Yeah, maybe I feel like if I could get it, we don't have to do a do-over. But if I could get a do-over, I feel like my voice was close to something, but it wasn't quite there. Like, right. I think maybe what I'm trying to get more towards is like a detective that's doing a monologue or something, Yeah. Like, yeah, maybe he's kind of doing almost a voiceover thing. Like, hey, Bob, this is your thing. But I mean, maybe it's more along the lines of like, we started the show. Dave was sitting in a really awkward way on the couch. He looked very uncomfortable. He was picking at the pillow next to him. Bob was pacing. He normally paces, but this time it seemed a little bit more erratic. Something along those lines, but yeah. So anyways, episode 42 is the one where we fuck everything up. And we got 3 words for you guys. Last week, I tied with Ryan. I had what should have been the winning word. Mine was Shugel. And of course, Ryan had mendacious, and we all know what that's all about. Lots of blood was spilled last week. So since Ryan's away, the mice will play. I will start with my word. My word this week is glycate.
Glycate?
Glycate.
Well, that's his word, glycate or not.
Hey, Bob, spell it.
Glycate, crap. G-L-Y? K-I-T, glycate.
Close. It's G-L-A-I-K-I-T.
Oh, that's glycate. That's glycate.
That's what you think. There's one alternative spelling that seems to be accepted, and it is G-L-A-I-K-E-T. But yeah, G-L-A-I-K-I-T. Dave, you have any guesses as to what glycate means?
Okay, so glycate is kind of like, so have you ever been to like an event, right? Like, and it takes place somewhere. It's like, you call it a ball. It's in a ballroom. It takes place in a ballroom, right?
Sure.
So a lake-it is actually like a lakeside event, and the glake-it is the actual annual Michigan
glacier side event.
No. Actually, it's the Gangsters Lake event that takes place every year, where the best gangsters in all the land come together. They compare wares. They compare, what they're doing in their everyday lives. They have some circles, some communal anger management type stuff where you have group counseling. Then they do the potato sack races. The funny thing about gangsters is they spend so much time balling and just like banging that you don't understand that they're more complex than that. You know, they enjoy the wholesome American activities too. I mean, have you ever seen a gangster like drink chocolate milk? They love it. Everybody loves chocolate milk, you know, like baking soft, fresh chocolate chip cookies with grandma. Like, dude, gangsters do that too. Like, they're just like us. They're human.
It's not all about being menacing and holding your gun to the side.
Correct.
No.
Sometimes it's about flying a kite.
You do that out in the street.
Well, not in the streets of Compton,
Well,
but out in the
no,
street.
street
yeah.
kites,
I meant
man.
like you hold your gun sideways in the street, but you fly your kite at the lake.
Hey,
you know,
you want to do street kites? We gonna race them for papers? Huh?
Street kites.
Race for pinks?
how would you race kites down the street? Like,
How do you not race kites?
I live
There's gotta be a way.
I live my life a quarter-mile kite ride at a time, like just Fast and Furious, but with kites.
You're unspooling really quickly. You're running down the beach. I don't know.
Well, have you never done street kite racing? So you've got two guys at the beginning.
Okay.
And they're running, and they're letting their kite go higher and higher as they run faster and faster. Mm-hmm. And then at a quarter mile out, there's a bunch of guys with guns, and they shoot at the other opponent.
Like at their kite or at them physically? They murdered the
Dealer's
loser.
choice, you know. You're trying not to hit the person,
Yeah.
but you are trying to get them to slow down. And that's street kite racing.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's
Like you're shooting at their feet.
that
Old
puts
West
a new
style.
meaning on racing for pinks.
Yeah. You're racing for for line or for string or something. I don't know. So I like the idea though that this is a little bit more of a festival for gangsters down by the lake.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many other activities. Like you said, you got the potato sack races. You know, maybe you do a little like face painting or something. You know, or,
Like a bunch of gangsters running around with tigers on their
right.
faces.
There's maybe there's a dunk tank or something. You know.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, everybody likes hanging at the lake, but secretly gangsters like it a lot more than we do.
Right.
Us
I'm not
normals,
surprised
us
by that, yeah.
squares, if you will.
We are squares. This is true. So that's a glyke it, huh?
Yep.
Bob, what do you think glyke it means?
Glyke it. Glyke it. You know, this word kind of reminds me of the time that I was down in my lair, down in the laboratory, my laboratory, searching for the meaning of life. You know, normally I do the regular stuff like, split atoms, reanimate corpses, make milkshakes. But today I had decided to take a decidedly different route. I wanted to prove that something as simple as table sugar could be transformed into bear repellent. You know, everybody needs bear repellent.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't sugar attract bears?
You'd think so.
Okay.
But
I think that's like using a vaccine or using the virus to find the cure.
Oh, so you're using like a sugar packet at a time, not like a whole bunch of sugar.
Yeah, like a Splenda or something.
Okay. Like
So I took the sugar, I applied an electrical current, I mixed in some special ingredients that I normally use to reanimate the corpses, and then I heated the mixture. It dawned on me that I forgot to add the kerosene, and when I did, kablooey! I woke up a day later in the charred remnants of my lab, only to find out that I could produce flames from my body and fly around, but that I attracted every bear in the country, and that's glyke it.
So glyke it. Okay, so you're doing experiments to find the meaning of life, and in the process, you become the dude from the Fantastic Four while attracting bears.
That's it.
Got it.
So that's why I can never use my secret power.
Does that work on like bears in the gay community, or is it just like actual physical bears? Because I mean, it might be a little on the nose if you're flaming and you're attracting bears. I just want to make sure.
We're that is a metaphor.
It might be a little much if you're going all that. But we talking black bears, grizzly bears? I mean,
Hey, Bob, how's that honey, huh? Huh? Little sugar packets.
I can't help it if I'm the most attractive cub in all the land.
Oh, hey, boo boo. All right, like it. Let me tell you guys what's new. This is a Scottish word. It's because that's
another import.
It's another import. I am now an expert in importing words. Okay, that's what I do. I import words, and you know what? I may as well open a business. Mike Zuzek's imported words. .biz. And as far as this import goes, what it means is it is foolish or giddy. Or according to the Oxford Dictionary, it's stupid, foolish, or thoughtless.
Okay.
I've seen senseless as well. But yeah, being mostly foolish or in a more giddy way or a thoughtless, careless way.
Yeah. So like exuberance, though, it's more of like a positive word than a negative word. I mean, you're not saying...
From what I get from it, yeah, it's more... I mean, I see stupid, but most of it, I see giddy and stuff associated with it. So there is a little bit more of a positive spin on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
I can get down with that.
Glyke it. And that's my word.
I like it.
Yeah. Ha. There you go.
Indeed you are.
Let's see. Who do we want going next? I'm going to say Dave.
Yes. Present.
What's your word this week?
My word this week goes a little bit off the David Hinkle beaten path, if you will. I decided to go for a bit of an oddball word, given what I usually go for and what I usually look for in words. The David Hinkle system for a great word. But this week, my word is quick queedly bet.
Okay.
And I'll say that once more.
Please
that is
do.
quick queedly bet.
Quick Queedly.
Quick Queedly bet.
How awesome is that word to say?
That's incredible. This might be one of my favorite words in the history of the show.
I mean, you got everything, dude. You got Quick, which is great. We all love Quicksilver, DJ Quick. You've got Kid in there. You got Lee. I mean, Lee is like #1 super fan. Everybody knows that. Who knows Tenacious D? And then you got Bet in there for all the gamblers. So, I mean, listen to this word. It's crazy.
Quick Queedly bet?
Yep, Quick Queedly Bet.
All right, so I gotta guess the spelling before we get it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get it wrong, but for fun, I'm gonna say Quik. QUYDLYBET.
You are very, very not close. It is QUICQUIDLIBET. Quick Queedly bet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quick
The
Queedly
phonetical
bet.
spelling is ridiculous, but that, I assure you, is how it is said, how it is pronounced.
All right, I'm gonna trust you. I know I should know by now not to, but
Let me make sure I've got the spelling on that right. It's QUIC QUID ILBET.
LIBET.
LI. Okay, I missed an I in there. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those odd words that the D and the L are like packed up right next to each other. You don't get that too much. I mean,
yeah.
Unless
There certainly is a lot of letter packing in that word.
they packed them in, man. I mean, if you're playing
They spared
Scrabble,
no
this
expense.
is a big budget Michael Bay word. Absolutely.
This is man.
Transformers 5. Quick Queedly bet.
All right. I have to go first, and we all know how this normally goes.
Yeah, so just type on your calculator a bit, waste some time, delay.
Well, I mean, you kind of went over it already as far as the way that this word divides out a little bit, right? I do think that quick, you know that you're doing something fast. And then at the end you've got bet, which I think means that there's a chance it's not a guaranteed thing that you're doing. So if you're doing something fast and it's not guaranteed, what's the other part of it? And that's where the squid comes in. So you've got an opportunistic fast squid that has a gambling problem, has a gambling addiction.
Okay.
Quick Queedly bet is a squid that goes to the gambling halls and spends his money really, really fast. And then
I need to put $1,000 on black.
and it's gone, most likely. And so it's
What
like,
do you mean house wins?
and at that
I don't understand.
At that point, it's fucked. It's done. It took its chances, so then it uses its ink to get away.
I would not taste good like calamari. I'm out of here.
And that's a quick Queedly bet. That's what I think it is. It's it's a thing. It's a noun.
Quick in, squid out. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I've heard that before.
Bob, quick Queedly bet. What do you think it means?
Just last week, I was in my underground bunker where my backup laboratory is. I was looking for the meaning of life. I decided to try something safer than some of my other previous experiments.
The meaning of Apple Jacks? Sorry.
This one would include lead paint mixed with a little vinegar. But, then I spilled some of it on the floor and I cleaned it up with a little bleach. I think the combo made a little bit of a lead-flavored chlorine gas, which, if you don't know, isn't good for humans. Fortunately, I'm not from your world. When I woke from the gas, I had this weird feeling I could see into the future. And that is quick Queedly bet.
That's the name of your power, or is that the name of your planet? Is that your name?
He said he looked into the future, and that is quick Queedly bet.
So is that like a future utopian society?
Oh, listen. I did this a while back. I totally called that Obama would be reelected for president.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Seems like an easy prediction, but okay.
That Team USA would not win the World Cup.
Seems like another easy prediction, but okay. Low-hanging fruit.
And that my word this week is totally going to win word Rango.
Oh, well, 2 for 3. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, you're still an all-star in baseball. That's Hall of Fame numbers, but
this is true. Bob, you're a weird one, and
Mr.
I have
Grinch.
to say, I think the thing I got out of that is at one point you said that the combo of some sort of gas or something with lead, and it made me realize that maybe what you were doing with quick Queedly bet is you were inventing a type of combos, the snacks, that, the little pretzel snacks that were like lead flavored.
Lead flavored chlorine gas combos.
Yeah, sure. You got the pretzels.
Would you like to see into the future, kids? Well, at least 1 out of 10, if you will. The other 9, you're dead.
Just keep the pepperoni pizza label on it, I understood some of what you said. Sure, quick Queedly bet. It's, it's a weird word, and I can only imagine what the definition is. Dave, why don't you give that one to us?
All right, quick Queedly bet is a fancy word for someone who does whatever they want, whenever they want.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that pretty badass?
That's pretty great.
I mean, so it's awesome definition, but like the word is so insane that like it would be invented by the original quick Queedly bet. They'd be like, man, I wish there was like some way I could quickly, succinctly describe like what I'm all about and who I am.
Like how fucking cool I am.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, Jake, like, what are you all about? I'm about doing whatever I want, whenever I want. It's like,
I will do whoever I want, whenever I want.
You're like quick Queedly bet. You're like the Fonz. It's like, yes, I am the Fonz. Quick Queedly bet. So, I mean, that word is just, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea why I broke the Dave Hinkle excellent word system. Decide to forego that this week because just this word is just so awesome in every way.
Oh yeah, I totally understand it, and I agree with your decision on that. Mm-hmm. I do think in general that when you find a word that has such an amazing definition, you have to roll with it.
Yeah,
and rules are made to be broken, Dave, and that's why I am going to win this week.
That is definitely going against the grain. And in order to find out whether or not you could potentially be true on that one, whether you could be right, Bob, we need to get your word. What's your word this week?
Welcome, friends, to the winning word of the week, and it is decussate. Decussate.
Decussate.
Decussate?
Dave, spell this.
Decussate. That's got to be Decussate. Decussate.
Correct.
Nice.
Decussate.
Decussate.
Yep.
Decussate. Man.
I challenge you to define decussate without cussing.
Fuck that. Oh, shit. Well, Dave, are you stricken by any sort of inspiration on this one? Because I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. I feel like I'm on the brink with something.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, go for it.
Decussate is a word that began in like the 60s and 70s when you had comics coming up like Lenny Bruce and like George Carlin and Richard Pryor. And there was basically this movement of very upset and wholesome suburban moms that basically were so mad that this filthy stand-up with all these curse words or cussing was on the radio, was on records, was on TV, was everywhere, right? So they started the decussate movement where basically they wanted to go and eliminate all the curse words from the comedy, but eventually for their movement that was just a stepping stone for them to just get rid of the comics altogether and then exact their totalitarian state upon all of us. So luckily that didn't go anywhere. Richard Pryor was hilarious and everybody loved the curse words and we all say a ton of fucking curse words every day now. So luckily those old bastards lost the fight, but that is decussate became a word through this movement.
So Dave, here let's try.
I know that's
one
not very
thing real
funny,
quick.
but like that's a legitimate.
No, I like that a lot. Yeah,
that is actual.
Let's try
fact.
one thing.
Yeah,
Dave, think about like the dirtiest one-liner you can think of right now, and I, as a 1970s gal, will edit out all of your curse words, and I will put in better words.
Okay, all right. I love this. I love it.
Right.
Can the decussate game become a new thing? Can it please become a new thing?
We need to do this all the time. Yes.
All right. You ready, Bob?
Yeah, you say the joke.
Yeah.
And then later on, I will edit in all the stuff that should be there.
Okay. Well, it's not so much a joke, but it's one of my favorite lyrics from one of my favorite hip hop groups, the Big Timers. They produced that wonderful number one stunner.
Yeah, I love
you know that group. But there's a certain line, and I can't remember if it's Manny Fresh or the Birdman who says it. I know it's definitely not Lil Wayne, but it's fuck him in the ass while you beat up that pussy, which I always thought was just like the most ridiculous thing ever. When I was in high school, I was like, oh my God, did he just say tickle in the arms while you beat up the puppies? Is that something he just said? What kind of parties are these guys having? Where are their mothers, you know?
That sounds difficult to do. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and Monte Cristo and the orange slices while you beat up the Parmesan, I mean...
Well, I mean, I guess you'd have to, like, be banging on stairs or something. I don't know how it would work. I mean, maybe there's a chase lounge involved or, maybe she's, like, the L piece in Tetris and you're both line pieces coming in at different sides or something. I don't know what the logistics are like. I leave that up to the scientists.
What I love about this, Dave, is that we've discovered that this is a way that we can, with one line, give Bob at least 15 more minutes of work. You know, like, think about it. He's got to
15.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I'm giving you a definite minimum on that. Like, this could take time to do right, don't you think?
Yeah, because I'm starting to just think of words I can replace, and now that you all have said that line that I'm not going to repeat again because
fickle and bananas while you beat up the guppies.
yeah, that one. Now I have like an hour's worth of work.
well, if it makes you feel better, Dave and I, what we can do right now is sputter out some words, and you can just clip them out and then use them.
Yeah,
don't you think? So orange slices, bananas.
Bocce ball.
Monte Cristo.
Platform.
Shakespeare.
Levitation. Fresh garden salad.
So if I could get each one of you to say the words tickle, arm, and puppies, that would be great.
All right. Fickle.
Tickle.
Parmesan.
Arms.
Guppies.
E pluribus unum. No, puppies.
Close enough.
All right.
Oof.
There you
In
go.
God we trust that I will e pluribus unum. I mean, fresh garden salad. You beat up the bocce ball.
Fuck you, Bob.
We're going to get fined so hard by the FCC.
Probably somehow. That is going to be so goddamn worthwhile. I'm so sure of it.
I'm glad one of us is sure of it.
You know, the best part is, Bob, it was your idea. Like, you brought this on yourself.
Why did I do that?
All right, so I will offer my guess for decussate. I keep looking at it and I see decusate. I don't know why, but it's decussate. And I think decussate is the instance where you pull a Bob, you introduce an idea that ultimately leads to your demise. You know, it's one of those instances where you're like, hey, I've got a great idea. Dave, say something, and I'm going to replace words. You know, what is it, Mad Lib style or something like that, or Mad Gabs or whatever. And it's all great until you realize, oh my God, now they have the power to control how long I produce the show by saying something along the lines of Shakespeare and the orange slices while you beat up Monte Cristo. Decussate is that realization that you are your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
By coming up with something that you thought was going to work out to your benefit and everybody else's benefit, and then you realize that your closest friends will immediately take advantage of you because they can.
It's like since we're talking soccer, it's like kind of scoring an own goal.
Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly correct.
Yep, indeed, I am America's anti-answer to Tim Howard.
This is true. You let him in. You just let him in.
I'm just a sieve. Yeah. If someone could just jump on sexymerriam-webster.com and just change this definition to that, what Mike just said, because that now I know mine's the winning word of the week because that is a new definition for it. I've decussated myself.
You have decussated yourself. There's no doubt about that.
Actually, decussate, if you want the real meaning for it.
I do.
Yes.
You know, in my search for the ultimate answer, I was in my lab earlier today. You know, the one where I performed the experiments on those tiny, cute little bunnies with dynamite. Anyway, I was looking for the meaning of life, and then it hit me.
Oh.
Lightning! I woke up about an hour later with a splitting headache, and that's when I found I was able to run at supersonic speeds, and that's decussate.
Wait, what?
Okay, I was lying. That's not decussate.
Becoming the Flash would have been an amazing definition, but okay.
Yeah.
So decussate is, imagine taking two lines that intersect at a right angle.
Two lions that intersect at a right angle. Got it.
Great. I love this show. So you've got two lines that intersect at a right angle. So that angle, that cross, that X, where they cross, that is where they decussate. So it's the middle part of an X.
So does it have to be...
Oh, nice.
Does it have to be right angle then?
Well, it's got to make an X.
Okay.
So I guess you could be a little off with your angle, but they have to intersect and cross to make that X.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thanks to Facebook user Jeff Duke who shot that one to me.
That's
it's
a cool word.
I know, right?
It sucks that it's reserved from athletes, but I mean...
Well, hey, they need something, you know. They don't have much going on in their lives.
Or anyone who is now their own worst enemy.
This is true, yes. No, I am fascinated when terms like that come up. And the funny thing is that those are ones that you go back to, like, you know, your 9th grade math class, and you know that because it's in your textbook or something, you know what I mean? Like, because it is, that typically is more of like a geometry thing, you know? Yeah, and that does sound familiar to me. I feel like I have seen this once before, probably in a class that I wasn't sleeping at the time. But that's cool. I think it's cool. It's just not like a super strong definition, but I think it is really interesting, and I wonder if that could have some sort of modern applications to it, you know, at the point at which
I think we just updated it.
We did update it.
Enemy.
I mean, if this episode and every previous episode of ours, you know, all 348 of them are any indication, it's that, you know, we elevate word statuses, we reinvent words. We're like the tastemakers of the word world, you know?
No doubt.
No diggity. No diggity.
Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. There's no doubt.
I'm aware. I was going to let you continue.
I eat spider webs all the time.
What we need to do is we need to get to a scenario.
Okay.
And, guys, by the time people hear this, freedom's still going to be going strong, right?
Oh, yeah. Freedom reigns, my friend.
Freedom reigns. Chocolate
rains down from the sky. Yeah, all day long.
And
a lot of precipitation in that freedom game. Sorry. Goddamn puns. I love them.
And here we are. The time we're recording this, we're just closing in on Independence Day, yo. It's 4th of July.
Yeah.
And, we have to celebrate this great nation the only way we know how, which is to think about our forefathers. And so, Dave...
You had 4 dads?
Yes. Dave, Bob, me, we are all the forefathers of this great nation.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson.
Dibs on Jefferson.
Stuff, yeah.
Dibs on Jefferson.
I fucking knew you'd take Jefferson.
Dude, I mean, me and him, we both love black pussy. What can I say? It's just how it is. It's just how it is.
I call John Hancock because he's got the most famous signature in the world. But I'm going to change it to Hancock starring Will Smith. So that's mine. And Bob, I mean, you could probably pick one real quick, I think.
Let's go with Abraham Lincoln.
All right. Yeah, I'll call. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Or do you want me to go earlier?
Here's what we're doing is that
like John Adams, like George Washington.
Oh, should I have been paying attention?
Yeah. Well, what we're realizing is that look, our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, all these important documents in our nation's history are so dry. So what we're doing is we're creating a new set of rights and freedoms that can be granted to this great nation. And that is the word Rango Constitution.
Excellent. I've got one.
Okay.
Since these guys obviously did not write it down themselves, I will be, let's say, Schleppo, the historian who was writing it down for them.
The historian clown.
Yes.
It's our nation's first clown.
That's even more important than being a first president.
It really is.
First nation's clown? You kidding me, dude? Like, I mean, that's
where do you think they got all their powdered wigs from?
Yeah. Like, who else are you going to laugh at falling down the town drunk? He does that every day. And he doesn't do it with the grace and style of Schleppo, the first clown.
Powdered wigs and squirting flowers.
So to get this started, we have to get ourselves in character. I'm Will Smith. All right, so it's in our best interest to...
So wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. Hi, Thomas Jefferson here.
Okay.
I just have a question, Will.
Yes.
Do you, have any sisters? At all?
You're really playing up this whole Thomas Jefferson.
Dude, what else does anybody... Look, I'm Thomas Jefferson, right? That's what people think of. You gotta be on point, on message with your brand, dude. This is America here. We're Rangoica. This is just branding 101. I'm sorry if you're not with the times, man.
Okay, look.
I'm gonna just be quiet and drink my Pepsi Max now.
No, but I need help here because we're creating the rights and freedoms that all of our descendants are gonna enjoy and they're gonna appreciate. People are gonna look back on this time and think, "What the fuck were those guys thinking?" When they were they were so on point, right? I mean, we're.
Hey, I hate to interrupt, Mr. Hancock, but maybe we could get with the writing. As the official court reporter for what are you guys calling yourselves now? Anyway, maybe we should start with some of the important words instead of talking about how somebody wants to get into somebody else's pantaloons.
Yes. All right. Well, I almost tripped over your big floppy shoes, by the way, there, Schleppo. So,
sorry.
Okay, so no government shall make no law concerning those with no teeth. It's the edentulous lake.
Okay, Mr. Smith, I like that. But I must stress importance that we need a right to bear bibelots. That has to be number 2. Like, I think that's got to be at least number 2 or number 3, as low as it goes. But our bibelots are very important. We don't want the British coming in here stealing all of our damn bibelots.
Yep, that's exactly.
A point of order from Schleppo. Bibelo is really hard to spell.
Well, if you went to regular college and not
a lesser used synonym, why don't we just put in the word arms in there? People understand what that is.
Oh, like paper mache arms.
And they always will.
Like you hang like paper mache arms from a window to keep the devil away. Yeah, that's a very proud tradition here in this year of 1776. Sure.
Right to bear arms.
Yeah. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Put that in there.
All right, how about
done?
How about free Sprite? I mean, should we our people need something, right? Like, otherwise we could have a whole King Louis XIV situation on our hands.
Look,
where
that's just it. We were trying to get away from those motherfuckers that were taxing our carbonated white sodas.
Yeah, we love that shit, man. We love that soda over here in America. And we tossed
all of our Sierra Mist into the sea. Okay.
No Pepsi, just Coke products, please.
Right, it was the Pepsi's. It's forever going to be known as the Boston 7-Up party.
Oh, that was a great party, man.
It was a great party.
Remember when Reggie Miller dunked? Like, that was so great. We had a good time.
But now there is no more Reggie Miller, and instead all we have is Grant Hill. Obey your thirst. And the right to Sprite is really just, I think, put succinctly, all for future Americans will have the right to Sprite.
The right to free Sprite.
Yep.
I did kind of cram Sprite together, but I'll fix that on the next copy I write out.
Okay.
Looks kind of like the word speech, but don't worry, I'll get that out of there.
Okay.
We need to figure out something. I feel like we have to address Jumentus.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, frankly, what to do about that one. I'm far more concerned with, my lovely Nubian harem queens than I am the Jews, to be honest. I just don't. They don't affect me. I don't really think about them. Are there any even here now?
Well, there is also smelling like horse urine is really kind of the more.
Well, 1776, we all kind of smell like horse urine,
But maybe, can we make it a law that requires people smell like horse urine?
Oh.
That's kind of like, that's our thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I would be pissed if I was hanging at a pub, like, trying to get my swerve on, and some, like, fancy dick came in all smelling like fucking Drac Noir and, like, Darkman.
Non-horse urine?
Yeah, like, coming in all smelling like France and shit. Like, get out of here, dude. No way.
Yeah, we don't want that, yeah.
Yeah. In 1776 America, like, that's how we all feel. We're, like, hella on the same page about that.
We also have to address that people shall have the right to enjoy their scopsy on their porches.
So I know we've been talking about kind of like, speedy public trials by like juries, and I kind of want to turn this on its head, and I'm thinking, like, what if we do pubic trials?
Okay.
We still have a jury, but we base innocence and guilt strictly on not only the denseness of the pubic hair in the pubic region, but also the color, the kind of the density, the swirliness, I guess, the squiggliness. You would say. How would you even describe that? I'm just trying to see.
How about we do it by Wangle?
Oh, you know what? I like that even better. I was just trying to see some bush, but Wangle,
that has
I can get on board
performance factor into it. But I think when you're looking at some bush, one thing that we have to consider if we're going to do trial by bush is, sport clips are everywhere in our great nation. People can go and get a nice cut and color and get it looking nice. If they know that they're going to be, going on trial, it seems like we don't want them to be able to influence that too much, right? Do we outlaw pubic sport clips?
I don't think we should get in the business of outlawing anything, really.
Yeah.
I kind of want like a Bartertown, Thunderdome-esque type of society. I mean, that's what I'm going for. Tell you the truth.
To be clear, though, if someone is more hirsute, then that's like better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then also, let's just get a couple things out here.
Well, first of all, I mean, let's take a quick break, check up on Schleppo. Do you have enough dog food over there? Are you okay? Do we need to whip you a couple times?
I think I'm okay with the whipping. I'm not one of yours, you know. I think we can call this.
Yeah, how dare you?
I wanted to say something about gynecocracy.
Well, I mean, just keep going. I mean,
Dave, run.
Sorry, I don't know. What did he even have police like carriages back in the day? I don't even know what the hell to call that going by.
I'm not sure. Something about Hugh Jackman as Iron Man. God, I mean, there's so many opportunities. I thought I'd give this a shot. Us creating laws as Word Rango. I mean, to close, Bob, do you have anyone that you want to add on?
I'm just a court reporter here.
God damn it. You fucking sly bastard getting out of this. Okay, good. Great. Let's just get some escalator pitches in. Let's just get to that. I had like it, and like it or not, it's a great word. Being foolish is awesome. And I think, even if it's a little bit more of a positive spin on it, my take on this word isn't that we should use it more and people should know it. I think, if anything, you could say to someone now that they're being very glycate and they won't really know what that means, so you could use it more slyly. So maybe this is like our word now, that we keep it secret, keep it ours. And I think it's fun to have those sorts of words, and I think glycate could be one of them. So that's and it just looks and sounds cool, Plus it's Scottish. That's always a plus or a puss. That's gross. Let's move on. Dave, quick quiddly bet.
Quick quiddly bet. You got a lot of fun in this word. It's jam packed full of fun. 90% of your daily vitamin C. It's got a lot of riboflavin. It's so awesome of a word, It's like, I feel, what was the one that Ryan said was the word that absolutely fit me to a T, where it was somebody who like has traditionally mispronounces shit. I feel like quick queedly bet is Bob's word. It's got to be Bob's word, because like he just kind of goes off the rails when he wants. He lives life by his own rules, and if you get in his way, he'll shoot you dead. So like quick queedly bet is just, oh, it's so great to say. It's got a C and a Q stacked together. It's got the DL stacked together. It's got a shit ton of I's. It's like got so many eyes. It's like a nightmare. It's just great. It's just a great word. And
it's like an I-core nightmare.
Yeah. It's I-cores on I-cores on I-cores. But yeah, just vote for it because it's great and stuff.
Bob, decussate.
Decussate. So you've always wanted a word for that intersection of lines where you make an X. However, now we've given you a brand new definition for it, where you are your own worst enemy. You've wanted a word for that, and now you're your own decussate. So there you go. Word of the week, decussate.
Dave, the temptation.
Go ahead and give me the prize now.
The temptation is so strong. Like, it's so strong. I just want to just drop the line like 3 more times. But I feel like we're getting to a point now where Bob would just cut it out of the show completely.
No. Yes, we are.
Good. All right, let's get some votes in. I will start. I have to pick between quick queedly bet and decussate, and this is tough. I really think these are 2 fantastic words. I hate doing this. I hate having to pick one because it like the other one deserves some recognition. But I have to go with quick queedly bet.
Nice.
I'm normally not a long word guy. I think that they're cheap ones to use in the show sometimes. But in this case, there's so many twists and turns to this word. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It gets twisted up in your mouth. Yeah. And it's so great to say, it puts a smile on your face saying the word. So yeah, I have to pick Quick Queedly Bet. And it helps. I think the real tiebreaker here is that I think it just has a better definition than decussate. And I know that we gave decussate our own definition, but what's coming to you naturally with Quick Queedly Bet is pretty great. Yeah, I've just got to pick it. So that gets my vote this week. Dave, you have to pick between decussate and my word, which I have to glycate. I'm just so off.
I do like glycate. I think it's kind of I think it's a very good sounding word. It's interesting, but decussate, I feel like that's like Farouche quality. Like that's Jumentus. That's one of those words that we're going to be remembering for a really long fucking time. Decussate, I mean, I even think it's better than Quick Queedly Bet. Like, I came with Quick Queedly Bet thinking like, yeah, this word's going to be remembered for 10 episodes. And like, my grandkids are going to be talking about, oh, you remember that time old Pappy Hinkle dropped the Quick Queedly Bet on the iTunes and, before the Z-Nets and all this stuff. And like, I thought it was going to be a big deal. And then Bob had to come with decussate. And, yeah, our lives are better for it.
All right. And that leaves it to you, Bob. You have
to pick probably going to vote for Mike's word.
you have to pick between Quick Queedly Bet and Glycate.
Quick Queedly Bet or Glycate. As my own worst enemy, I would pick decussate. But because I am my own worst enemy, I'm not even going to try to pick my own word, decussate. Even though decussate should have won this week, and in editing, in post, it might still. But I can't pick decussate. So let's go with Quick Queedly Bet.
All right, that does it. That fucking seals it off.
That's pretty crazy.
I meant decussate.
No. Congratulations, Dave. You won this week with Quick Queedly Bet. Is a good episode filled with fireworks and.
We had a lot of laughs, a lot
of Bud Lights,
a lot of Bud Lights. We were crushing them on our foreheads. A lot of Chad Kroger's solo efforts on the radio, because we're all just run dry on Nickelback. We've listened to it way too much.
Right.
Yeah.
We were not listening to them, Dave. They're Canadian. This is America.
This is true.
Okay.
And Bob, if people want to send us, their drawings in crayon of American flags, how do they do that?
You can send those to us, friends, on the Gmails. It's wordrango, WORDRANGO, @gmail.com. You can also hit us up on the Twitter and the Facebook and the YouTubes and the SoundClouds. It's pretty much all of those /wordrango. Little tweet love this week from Obo Crazy, James Taylor 87, Sam Barasante, Glib Sharp, The Optimism Club, Robots Ruled, I Remembered It Better Podcast, Two Dope Girls Podcast, and of course from my friends at Mike Suzak, at Dave Hinkle, at Ryan the Lou, and at Bob Ball VO.
And if you go to bit.ly/wordrango, that's a nice little shortcut to take you directly to our iTunes page. While you're there, leave us a review, 5 stars, some words. Maybe just say Quick Queedly Bet over and over again. It really does help. I mean, I think if anything, if people left us reviews and just said one of the words from the
paste, that
would be amazing.
Wait, is he saying space or paste?
Space.
And
if somebody wants to remix that into a song, that would be great.
well, now that he has that, we need to get other things in there, right, Dave? So it's it's like alligator.
Fresh garden salad. Mini bocce ball. While you e pluribus unum.
And if they just left us a review just with one of the words from the show, like their favorite one, I think that would help tell people, oh, this is what it's about. I think it's really cool, and leaving us a review really helps. And if you're like, well, I don't use iTunes, just download it. It's free. Do it once and then delete it forever. That would be fine. fine. But if you do use something like an Android device or something, if you go to wordrango.com, we put every episode on there. We have our RSS feed. You can subscribe to the show through that or through Stitcher. It's nice. It's good. It's on demand. It's fantastic. You'll get it downloaded right to your thing, your microwave, whatever you want. That's great. And that's it. That's our show. We're going to be back next week, primarily, I hope, with 4 words. It's always what we aim for. It's been Word Rango.
Yeah. Subscribe, share, love, rinse, repeat.
Monte Cristo. Parmesan, so you beat up the orange slices.
So much editing.
Fuck 'em.
I hate you all in post as well as right now.